Good morning, beloved of God. Right where you are at this moment, the light of Spirit shines through you. Infinitely loved by God, you are the light of the world. I'm Bernie, and I welcome you to Unity Spiritual Center of Waco this morning. Just a reminder to please silence your cell phones if you have not already done so. Please stand as you are able and join in our congregational singing.
Oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Oh, come thou wisdom from on high, and order all things far and wide. This is the path of wisdom show. Ready to go. Rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Let us say our opening statement together in your bulletin and on the screen. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. We are a beacon of love and light for those who need this spiritual home right now. Let us say together our vision, mission, and our core value for today. Our vision: to awaken an awareness of spirit in our lives through modern application of ancient wisdom. Our mission: raise consciousness, transform lives, heal the planet, one person at a time, beginning with me. Our core value for today is stewardship. We commit to the practice of giving and receiving, to living prosperity principles, and to being good stewards of the abundance God gives our families and our church, the world. Today, Penny will read the daily word reading for us.
The daily words for today are hope and faith. My belief in goodness of the world, others, myself and God begins with hope. Maybe hope is all I can muster after a period of doubt or disappointment. As I feel hopeful, I begin to believe that new possibilities and better outcomes are available to me. My hopeful feelings lead to faith, a certainty that the goodness I could only sense before is the actual nature of life. With faith, I now direct my thoughts towards goodness, wholeness, and my heart's desire. With my gratitude for my awakening, I use faith to dismantle doubt and limitation. I hold only the best thoughts for myself. I know and feel in the depth of my soul that the good I desire is already mine. With unwavering faith and deep gratitude, I claim it now. And from Psalm 62:5, for God alone my soul waits in silence, for my hope is from Him. And our affirmation for today, and I'll say it and then we'll say it together. This Advent, my hope leads me to unwavering faith in God. This Advent, my hope leads me to unwavering faith in God.
Good morning. The 4 Sundays before Christmas are referred to as Advent. In Unity, we mark Advent as a time of renewed awareness of our awakening to the Christ within each of us. Traditionally, an Advent wreath is present in many churches. The circle of the wreath reminds us of God. God has no beginning and no end. The green of the wreath speaks of hope we have in God, hope of newness, renewal, and of eternal life. The lights of the candles remind us that Jesus is the light of the world and that we are called to be a light of the world as we reflect the light of God's grace to others. In Unity, we recognize the Christ shining within and as us. Each of the outer candles has a special meaning that will be explained as it is lighted, one new candle each week of Advent. The center candle is white and is called the Christ candle. It is not lighted until Christmas. The first candle is purple, a color representing royalty, and it is traditionally the candle of expectation or faith and hope. Now, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. From Hebrews 11:1.
Come together to greet one another, and normally we would hug or whatever, but today we might say namaste as we're still observing the COVID situation. So let's do that now.
like every week. It seems to work out that way. So funny. So this is Open the Eyes of My Heart. And as if you'll recall, the last time we sang this, we did a little harmonizing at the end of the song. And I would like to do that again. Thankfully, I got people in the congregation that can lead y'all. Uh-oh. Oh, dear.
Tables getting everywhere. Right here.
No fire. Yeah. I just picked it up. You okay, Don? You okay? Everything is awesome. Everything okay. Anyway, so as you recall, we will sing the Holy, 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 Holy. We sing that part 4 times at the end. And the last 2, I'm going to do a counterpoint, but y'all just hold on to those holy, holies, okay? You can do it. We've done it before. This is very exciting. Okay. Maestro, if you would, please.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To feel your presence in my heart. Feeling all your love and your glory. Feeling your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To feel your presence in my heart, knowing all your love and your glory, feeling your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. To feel your presence in my heart, knowing all your love and your glory, feeling your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to know you. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to know you. Hold on to those holies now. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. I want to know you. One last time. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. I want to know you. Great job!
Thank you, Lucinda, and all the congregation for that wonderful singing. Good morning. I'm Reverend Don, and it's a pleasure to welcome each of you to Unity Spiritual Center this morning. Together we affirm and celebrate our unity, our oneness with each other, our oneness with all, our oneness. Your presence for each of us is a unique aspect of the energy that expresses as Unity Spiritual Center of Waco. Right here, now. And we know that nothing by accident or coincidence. I'm going to start cutting in and out here. There we go. Unity is a New Thought denomination, yet New Thought is nothing new to the world. It is, in reality, a synthesis of the greatest concepts from the minds throughout the ages of mankind. The laws of Moses, the love of Christ, the ethics of Buddha, the morals of Confucius, the deep spiritual realization of the Hindus, all find an exalted place in the philosophy of unity. In unity, we believe that all people are created with sacred worth, regardless of culture, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or creed, and we know that neither unity nor God leaves anyone out. So let us join together and open this service today. Infinite presence, loving spirits. We come together at the start of this holiday season, the start of Advent, and the start of winter. And as we look out, we open our minds, we open our hearts, we see the changing that's occurring around us. As nature is starting to go into winter, preparing for a new beginning, just as we are going into this holiday season, preparing for a new beginning for ourselves, as we open ourselves to the presence of God, as we open ourselves to the teaching that Jesus brought to us. We look out and we see God's presence everywhere. We see the beauty of this holiday. We see the beauty of each other. And we know that it's not only this time of year, but all year that's surrounded by this love, this energy. And we hold this in our hearts as we move forward, knowing that God is always there, always with us, that presence in our hearts. And for this we are grateful. When disciples ask, how should we pray? Jesus gave them the Lord's Prayer. It was translated from the Aramaic, the language that Jesus spoke. Infinite presence, which is everywhere. Your name is sacred. Your kingdom is come. Your will is throughout the earth, even as it is throughout the universe. You give us our needful bread from day to day, and you forgive our offenses, even as we forgive our offenders. And you let us not enter into materialism, but you separate us from error. Because yours are the kingdom, the power, and the song, and the praise from all ages, throughout all ages, sealed in faith, trust, and truth. Is the light and love of God, spiritual being, human experience. We're God's beloved, and we embrace.
Oh, there's no video. I don't know why I'm looking at the screen. have faith. I pray faith. I choose faith. I am faith. I have faith. I pray faith. I choose faith. I am faith. I have hope. I pray hope. I choose hope. I am hope. I have hope. I pray hope. I choose hope. I am hope. When I trust and I let go, I know all is well. I have love. I pray love. I choose love. I am love. I have love. I pray love. I choose love. I am love. You are love. We are love. All God's children are love. You are love. We are love. All God's children are love. When I trust and I let go, I know all is well. When I trust and I let go, I know all is well.
Thank you, Lucinda. Beautiful song. Beautiful voice, too. To begin Advent, that special time of year, let's do it this way. That special time of year that we celebrate the beginning of Christmas and the holiday season. Today, the word is faith, well, hope and faith. We like faith because it's more spiritual. And to begin, Joyce grew up in out of the ordinary. In the sacred season of Advent, we remember and celebrate the gift of divine love who leapt from the holy womb into the heart of humanity. The loving presence became for us a source of hope, compassion, and courage. This love incarnate came as a light radiating compassion, a torch bearing truth, a beacon offering guidance. And that's what we're celebrating this season, is the opening of ourselves to our truth, faith. A grandmother and her grandson went to the beach, having a great time. The grandmother sat back and was watching her grandson play. And he was out in the water waiting around, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, came a huge wave, swept in, and when it receded out, the grandson was gone. He'd been swept away. Well, the grandmother immediately dropped to her knees and began to pray. She visualized her grandson there, just the way he was, playing, having a good time, seeing this, feeling this, having faith. And as she finished her prayer, she said, "And so it is." Then out of the heavens, this voice boomed, saying, Well, all right already. And then suddenly another huge wave came in. And when it receded, there was the grandson standing there playing in the surf again, a smile on his face as if nothing had happened. And again that big voice said, "Well, there, are you satisfied?" And she says, "Well, he was wearing a hat, you know." This morning's message begins with a saying from a book by Wayne Dwyer. You will see it when you believe it. Dyer lays it out clearly. Our lives are governed by our beliefs. Let's look at the power of belief. When we practice the creative principles of believing, we create an opening in this life experience for the true soul of ourselves to be revealed in that. God's life shines through the lens of our own uniqueness. Today I'm talking about the truth that you'll see it when you believe it. When I was a child, I used to like playing outside, out in the sun. And I can remember sometimes out summer playing with some other kids. And I used to have a magnifying glass. And I could take that magnifying glass and I could focus the sun's light onto a piece of wood. And I could literally burn my name into that wood with this magnifying glass. And sometimes if the other kid was looking the other way, I might shine it on his neck and see how fast he'd jump. Sometimes I had trouble keeping friends when I was a kid, but let's look at the rays of the sun as God's light and power. When we can, we bask in it. And while we allow it to just bathe us completely, we can also direct it, focus it in specific ways and specific areas of our experience. It is our faith, our belief that makes us whole. But it is also our beliefs that limit us. In some parts of the world, young elephants are trained by tethering their leg to a giant tree. The young elephant tries to get away, tries to pull, but that chain is holding him to that tree. He can't get away, and he realizes that eventually. After about a month, he quits fighting, and then they change that chain to a rope, and he's still there. And little by little, they make it less and less, till finally they can tie it with a reed from a lotus flower, and the elephant will not go anywhere because it feels a little tug on its leg. We are that elephant. We are trained to believe in limitation that has no more power than our belief in it. That lotus reed cannot contain the elephant, except for one thing. It's belief. His belief in his confinement, his belief in his limitation. And it's our belief system that holds us back. Jesus said, it is your faith, your belief, that makes you whole. And it's also our belief that holds us back. If I'm feeling limited or contained in one area of my life, it's not really true. It's just my belief. And I'll continue to feel restricted until I find a way to think differently. There's a story of a tourist who went to the beach, and he was watching an older man fish. He saw the older man had a bucket and a measuring stick in the bucket. And he noticed that it was broken off 10 inches long. And as he watched, the old man would cast out his pole, and pretty soon he'd get a tug and set the hook, and he'd bring in the fish. And then he'd measure it with that stick, and he'd throw it in the bucket if it fit. And he watched, he says he saw him catch 7, 8, 9-inch fish, put them in the bucket, and then he got a big one, about 13 inches long. Got his measuring stick, and he threw him back out in the water. He watched this for a while, wondering what this is about. So he went to the man. He says, "Pardon me, sir, but I don't understand. You're keeping the little fish, but you're throwing the big ones back in the water. Why is that?" And the old man said, "Well, it's simple. My frying pan is only 10 inches wide." We laugh at that story. But you and I are like that old fisherman, and we're fishing in life. And sometimes God gives us an idea that's bigger than our frying pan, the size of life that we know, that we're comfortable in. And we believe it's too big for our potential, our capacity. So when an idea comes to us and it's bigger than the size of the life that we know, we throw it back. We say, "No, doesn't fit in my frying pan. No, thank you. No, thanks." But the universe loves us so much that it doesn't leave us alone. It keeps sending out ideas and opportunities our way. And we're blessed according to our beliefs in our capacity to receive, to demonstrate. I'm talking about the power of believing. Faith is the name of this power. Faith is the potential power that we direct through the lens of our own thinking. The sun shines on us all the same. God is available, reaching out to us, offering us its life to all of us, and all the same. One of the most important aspects of the study of truth is training ourselves to see properly. Since infancy, we have been using our eyes in progressive degrees of perceptiveness, but we are never really mature until we understand the basic process of visualization. We have been conditioned to believe that life is lived from the outside in. We see things out there, and we react with attitudes and feelings about them. Seeing is believing. Sight is an interesting phenomenon. Things seem to fall they do fall on the retina upside down. And not only in a specific space, but as they come through the light, it focuses on the center, but it hits other places in the inside of the eye also, just like in a camera. And through the nerve endings that are sensitive to light, we get that picture distributed all over. But by the miracle of vision, we do not see all the points. They are transformed into one solid view. Even more, what the mind sees is not this solid picture that is communicated to the brain, but what your awareness has conditioned you to see. In other words, seeing is not believing. Believing is seeing. You see things not as they are, but as you are. Your perceptions are shaped according to your experiences, according to your faith, according to where you are in your consciousness. When something in your world is out of whack, in harmony in the office, maybe a relationship in your family, a business that's not working out, financial lack of money, a lack of friends, normally the first thing we do is to set things right. But when you understand the art of visualization, you realize that the greatest need is not to set it right, but to see it rightly. Right seeing is one of the most important keys to the demonstration of truth. More important than changing things out there is to change the way you see them. Thomas Troward, having seen and felt the end, you have willed the means to the realization of the end. Having conceived and deeply felt something or experience, you have actually created the condition in mind that makes that particular result inevitable. It is a fundamental principle. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. Ernest Holmes, we can learn to take part in creating our own destiny, to rejoice in the accomplishment already made, and to look forward to a future bright with hope, filled with limitless possibilities, animated by divine purposes, coordinated by a sustaining unity, illumined by an eternal presence of intelligence, wisdom, and right action. Worry is a great example of the art of visualization. It is based on the belief that some undesirable condition already exists. The worrier vividly pictures in mind the thing that he is worrying about. So according to Troward, because he sees and feels the end, he wills the means to the realization. Job said, "For the thing I fear comes upon me." Of course, in our fear and anxiety, we're visualizing the result. We're giving great energy to it. Jesus once said, "Do not judge by appearances, but judge by right judgment." Right judgment is an inside-out discernment. You'll see it when you believe it. By visualization, I don't mean that we sit around imagining bags of gold. I'm not talking this morning about the practice of treasure mapping, where you, for instance, cut pictures out of magazines, pictures of new cars, expensive homes, and on and on. Paste them all over your house to impress these images on your subconscious. There is some creative value in that, actually. But that is a shallow use of spiritual law. That's not what we're talking about today. I'm talking, or not talking, I should say, about seeing cars, houses, jewelry, but rather seeing from a consciousness of ever-present substance, which will become the dynamic force that attracts to you all these things without them becoming the focus of your life. Seek ye first the kingdom, and all things will be added. Pure visualization is seen from God consciousness. And this is what centers you in oneness with God's substance. To see abundance everywhere is to turn on the light, which allows you to see the allness, even in the midst of lack, illness, or insufficiency of any kind. You will see the potential and the fullness of Spirit in all things, conditions, circumstances. You will see rightly. This isn't to blind yourself to the facts, but rather to contemplate the facts from the highest point of view. That's what Emerson said. To rise above and see that truth. The Hebrew word for eye is ayin, which literally means fountain. Vision is not just registering what we see out there. It is so much more. Truth seeing, true visualization is a flow of consciousness, like a fountain from within. Where you are in awareness has everything to do with what you see and experience. We do not see things as they are. We see them as we are. Lost my place. The object of visualization is not to try to change yourself. You are already created in the image and likeness of God. The real essence of you needs no changing. Your true image is not something to get. It is a reality to discover. You can never be less than pure spirit. We simply want to awaken to that perfect pattern within each of us. Visualization is being still long enough to see what God has in mind for you. Spirit has a magnificent vision for you. Eyes have not seen, nor ears heard, nor have entered into our hearts that which God has in store for those who truly love the divine. We are making ourselves available to God's idea, letting go of the way we think things should be. Be still and know that I am God. Begin with stillness and review the facts. Understand the nature of the need on deeper levels. Identify need with qualities. Center from form the quality and how it could take. Know that within you is the fulfillment of the vision and identify with the fulfillment. Allow the energy to grow like a seed within you. As you evoke the divine reality of the situation, the direction, the path of fulfillment will begin to emerge. You are in the midst of a spiritual birthing process. Know that the creative outcome of your vision is already accomplished in the mind of God. It is a divine idea in a loving, supporting universe. Be with it. In meditation, the real courtship of pure spirit, there is no thought of fear, doubt, or anxiety. Only the clear vision and acceptance of the outpicturing. This is perfect vision. One where you know that the entire universe is conspiring to bring about your good plan, your desire, God's desire, one and the same. This is not blind faith. It is a powerful conviction born of spiritual insight. Clarity, focus. If thine eye be single, thy whole body be full of light. James Allen, dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, you shall become. Your vision is the promise of what you shall one day be. Your idea is the prophecy of what you shall at last unveil. You do not have to get success, good fortune, happiness. God succeeds every time a child is born. There is a cosmic celebration every time you get a glimpse of who you are. Spirit delights in your awakening. And you were born to realize your potential, to fulfill your uniqueness. Dare to conceive of greater things for yourself. Dare to see yourself as strong, confident, and capable. Behold, drop one worldly opinion and know thyself as divine. You are a unique aspect of God, each of you. And so it is. So let's take that now into a time of meditation. So right where you are, just sit back, allow the chair to support you. Relax. Take a deep breath, just slowly breathing in. Hold it for a moment, slowly breathing out. And as we do this, we open ourselves, we open our heart, our mind, to that presence that we call God. Slowly breathing in and slowly breathing out. And today that's what we're going to do, is just slowly breathe in that presence, that light, that love. Slowly breathe it out, knowing that this is the essence of who we are. So let's just take a few moments now to feel this essence, this oneness, this truth, knowing in faith it is who we are. Now as we prepare to come back to this time, to this place, let us know we are one with God. Each of us a unique expression of God. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. See through your heart. You are unique. Thank you.
This is the time in our service when we have an opportunity to give back to the work of Spirit through our offerings and tithes. We give in love and gratitude for our own prosperity in its many forms, which comes to us through God, our instant, constant, and abundant source. Will the ushers please come forward? I invite you to hold your offerings in your hand as we say our offertory blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all of the good I am, all of the good that I give and receive, and I am grateful.
Would the ushers please come forward? Shall we circle up? It's up to you if you want to hold hands. I am. In our prosperity statements, we affirm the continued growth and prosperity of Unity Spiritual Center of Waco, and we are grateful. In our prayer for protection, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Are in truth. Let the church say, Amen. Amen.